While they talking.
Where'd he go?
He couldn't take it. He couldn't take
He
it.
couldn't take it.
I
Dropped
told
out
y'all.
again.
One thing he got to do, he got to come ready for these Fresh Fridays.
Oh boy,
Right. Right.
That's like cue the theme music, Antoine.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, I got you.
We got theme music finally.
Y'all got music?
I got you.
What?
Are you going to play it tonight? You're going to
I was
release it
good,
tonight?
but okay.
Huh?
Are you going to premiere tonight?
Nah. We'll do it. It has to be in the.
Antoine, you missed your cue, man.
This is gonna be good. This is a ghetto reveal. Just wait till later.
It's too late now.
It's got to be in the mix.
Right.
Dog, Antoine.
We gotta make it at least look like we professional some way somehow.
Yeah.
Well, they said cue the music. I'm like, I wasn't expecting to do that.
Fr3sh Friday. Hey. I don't know what you're gonna do. I don't know.
It's kind of like that though. It's kind of like that.
It's like that. Okay. With y'all, y'all millennials love y'all haze. Whatever y'all do.
Yo, that's so cool. It adds
Here we
like
go.
something to it.
It does. Y'all, hey. Y'all love that for some reason.
Aren't you a millennial?
He doesn't claim it.
I
He
don't
be
claim
trying to
millennial.
act like he's not one.
Yeah,
I don't claim millennial. I don't claim it.
Okay.
I am a Gen X millennial. I'm like that cross. I'm right on that line.
That's still millennial though, right?
No. I'm like a mutt. I'm mixed. I'm in between.
Okay.
I'm in between. I hung around a bunch of boomers and stuff. What you expect? What you want?
Yeah.
Hey y'all. They're
You trying
used to
to
us by now. They just jumping in, huh?
you trying to blame me for your your mix?
That's what it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like, didn't it, Kevin?
That's what it sounds like.
And I'm proud of it too. I am a willing millennial, Gen X, raised by boomer generation. I am completely okay with it. I like talking to boomers. Some of them young folk now they call it boomer logic when they try to act like boomers don't know what they're talking about. Really? Until they get in trouble, then they want a boomer to talk to when they really, really, really in trouble.
And
That's the first time I've heard that.
That's so offensive.
That's what they say though.
That is so offensive.
I've never heard of boomer logic, actually.
I've never heard of it.
It's more. Sorry,
The voice of experience. It's the way we think about things based on all the experience we've had.
Yep.
You know,
It's a lot of Gen Z are saying that now. Boomer logic.
but they seek us boomers when they get in trouble, though, like you said, Pastor Nick.
Oh yeah, and when they want some money, they call the boomers.
Oh, because the boomers carry money. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Boomers also hold on to their money. So just because you're coming for it doesn't mean you're getting it. Praise
Right.
Y'all don't hear what I'm saying.
You know, that is true because boomers, when you ask them for money, it's all you got to get ready for a questionnaire. Why? What you need it for? What you gonna do? Are you gonna pay me back, or is this a loan? It's like,
Because we're biblical, we don't sow seed in the bad ground.
Oh. Okay, Bishop, I'm here for this tonight.
Listen, I'm still in that, Bishop.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that. Okay, that's what's up. Y'all, come on, y'all, share. That's good.
Good.
All right, so y'all welcome to Fr3sh Friday. Y'all know we like to cut up in the beginning.
Just the beginning.
We start at the beginning and work our way through. But you know, the question, why don't we have money? Usually because we're a card generation. Until we need money, then we go ask the people that carry cash. You got $5 or something like that.
That's me all day.
Yeah.
You got cash yet?
Yep.
Right.
That's the first question,
That's the first one. You got cash app.
Wait, but that's one thing. I don't use Cash App. I don't trust it.
What's up? You got
I don't.
What you got?
I don't use none of that. Apple
You don't
Pay,
use
none of that.
anything?
No,
Wow.
I don't use.
The only thing I use is PayPal. That's because I do some business out of it. Outside of that,
Yeah, that's the most secure ones.
PayPal's the most secure one.
I'm old school. Just give me the money in my hand.
There you go.
Kevin, you really need to change the name, Kevin.
Listen, I already told you I'm under the anointed tonight, so you cannot come for me tonight, okay? Oh, and bye, Shania. Bye, Shania. Bye, Shania. Is there any way we can block people?
Yeah, please block her.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I don't.
But Kevin, you're right. Cash App has a lot of security issues. People are getting their money taken from it all the time. Yeah. I think when somebody deposits money, you got to take it out immediately, or you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
people at the bank always talk about that.
And then it's too much going on in this world with people just tapping into accounts and stuff. I'm just like, nope, I'm good unless I'm ordering from Amazon. That's the only thing you get. But other than that, no, I'm old school.
I feel you, Kevin. Write me a check, give me some cash, or PayPal me if the last resort. Outside of that,
I take Zelle.
Or Give a Fly. I will do Give a Fly.
Yeah, gotta do the Give a Fly.
Yeah, to clarify.
Right. I had to make sure that was clear. I will do that when I have service.
Kevin, you're not really worried about the fraud and stuff, right?
No.
I mean, it hasn't happened to me yet, but I also do what Pastor Nick says. As soon as I get money, I deposit it to my account.
So you never have more than $5 in there anyway, right?
not in.
You left yourself wide open, bro. I'm sorry.
Kevin will not be a punching bag tonight.
You know I love you. You know I love you.
You see what happened? See, Kevin, you gotta give the backstory. See, Kevin was coming for me before we got on here, so
right.
Bishop is taking care. Bishop is taking care of my light work tonight.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'm under the anointed.
Be careful, Jody. You're sitting over a lying spirit right now.
What's happening right now?
Listen, me and Jody, we're always on the same page,
We don't see tonight.
Right now, I don't got no support. Antoine, we in safe house. You just mad, quiet.
That says a lot. That says a lot.
Oh, so now you're trying to tap in on Deacon to help you out. That is funny.
That's funny. So Maya, put the first picture up first,
all right,
and let's rock and roll here so we can start our conversation. All right. So here's the thing: you get two options in life. Right now, where you are, you got a red pill. You get to restart your life at the age of 10. Everything you know at this point. So you'll know at 11 what happened, 12 what happened, 15 whatever, and you get to live your life with the knowledge you have now. Or 45 years old, 50 million in the bank. I know what pill I'm going to take. So red pill takes you back to 10 with all your current knowledge. So you're a 10-year-old with however old you are mindset, or you be 45 years old and start your life with 50 million in the bank. I know which one I'm taking, but Bishop, we can start with you. Which one would you go with?
I'm taking the blue pill all day long.
My man. Yep. Because
time out. Is that question like relevant for him though?
Well, no. If he can go back to 45, right?
But I got 50 million.
But he got 50 million.
Right? If I can't make $500 million off of 50 million, I don't need it.
Oh.
Jeez.
Oh.
Just shut the whole thing down.
Jody, do we start our cheers now? Or we cheers later? We cheers now? We ready? Okay.
Yep.
Right.
There we go.
I would take the blue pill also.
Yeah.
As much as I loved high school and I enjoyed high school, who wants to go back to 10 elementary school, go through junior high? And I mean, come on, who wants to go through all that again? High school was fun. That was cool for me. But junior high, 10 elementary school, kind of like, it's kind of boring, Who wants to go through all that again? And at the same time, you go back to when you're 10. You have all your present knowledge of the mistakes you made at 20, 30, 40. You may correct those, but guess what? You're going to make some more mistakes in between 10 and there. But that's just my thoughts, though.
Okay.
Anybody else? Why?
I say the blue.
Y'all gonna all choose blue. Y'all gonna choose blue now. Watch.
Well, I say blue pill. I just don't want to be miserable as a 10-year-old with that kind of mindset.
Yeah,
that would be a very miserable existence. And you have a 28-year-old mind, but in a 10-year-old body with limitations of a 10-year-old.
Yeah, that is true.
No sir.
You want to get in your car and go drive somewhere you can't because you 10. I'm sorry, Jody. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Joe.
Yeah, I would go back to being 10 years old with the knowledge that I have now, because I feel like I would be able to do some things. I think I wouldn't be limited because I have that knowledge. So knowing what I know now, I would be able to kind of finagle my way through life, having an upper hand because I know things. So I could, go back to 10 years old and invent Uber and then just like have somebody take me around. Like, if I have the knowledge I have now, at 10 years old, I think that would be a little bit easier. I would enjoy going back to being 10 and like not having certain responsibilities and just like reliving childhood again and being young with my siblings again. Like those are things that you kind of want to hold on to. You don't realize it until you get older. So I would go back.
That is true, because the best part about being a child is not having to pay bills.
Yes. Absolutely.
That whole childhood innocence where stuff's happening in the world and you have no concern at all.
Yeah.
That was a wonderful place. Ignorance is a wonderful place to be sometimes. And the ignorance of a child is just, they have no clue. I can tell my kids now, guess what? Something just happened in Kentucky. They're like, oh, what's for dinner?
Oh,
Amen.
man. I'm going to piggyback off Jody. I was on the fence, but I agree with Jody, because if you go back and you have that knowledge, then maybe by the time you do get to the age where you are now, you will have 50 million. Who knows?
But Kevin and Jody, if you got your experience now and you go back to 10, don't you start a business at 10 or 11 years old?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I'm going to find, I would create Uber.
So you start paying bills again.
Oh.
That's literally true, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think I'm just the guy in the middle holding both the pills. How about that? I'm just Gucci Mane in the middle holding both pills. Oh, that's hard. Now that you put it that way.
But you have the potential to make, 50 million.
Decisions,
yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I won't have that many bills when I'm that age if I did go back.
Right, you won't have a card.
I wouldn't want to do high school all over again, though.
No.
Oh,
your high school experience was different than ours. I
didn't like high school that much either, so I agree with that.
Yeah. Junior high wasn't a walk in the park either, so.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah.
So
high school music. Go ahead, Kevin.
Go ahead, Kevin.
I'm choosing the red pill. I'm choosing the red pill so that way I can avoid, certain things. And I would also like to invest in a lot of stuff that's going on right now. So like when it comes to Apple, Amazon, Zoom, like I'm investing in all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully with all that investment, they'll give me, more than 50 million.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's interesting.
I would pick the red pill too, because I feel like there's a lot of life experiences that I missed out on that I would like to go and live. And money doesn't solve everything. So as much as I would want $50 million, I could still, not be as happy as I would if I didn't have the experiences.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Go ahead, Maya.
Mm-hmm. All right.
She just likes being a kid. She went to hot dogs and and going back to being 1 month Maya again. And Bishop, did you hear about that, Bishop?
Oh God.
So Maya said that she doesn't want to date anybody that she's a month older than.
That's
so
not
she
what
got the name 1 month Maya because Maya, I said if the person was a month, you a month.
It weird. It's weird for me, but
it's a
I would
month.
not like. So what?
Oh,
it's a month.
Yeah, 30 days.
Make an appointment, Maya.
I'm not the only person who's like that.
A month.
I'm just saying.
That's crazy.
Okay.
I feel like that mindset is with a lot of females more than it is with males, though. Because a month, now I could say a year possibly, but a month.
Well, to rewind a little bit, that was in like high school when it was a month. Like
okay.
I'm a little bit more lenient now.
Oh, you are lying.
I am not lying.
I asked you
I said it would be weird. Yes, I was there. I remember.
And you said I wasn't sure. This was a couple months ago.
Yeah, she's not lying, Pastor Nick. It's 5 weeks now.
It started a month and a week.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right.
That's so funny.
All right, we got to move on to some topics. So we, as part of, I wasn't sure if we was going to talk about it, but before we get to the main topic where Bishop's going to talk to us about 20s and 30s, the fresh part of the Fresh Crew panel talks about current day stuff. All right, so I'm not going to get too far into it, but it affects millennials, so we got to talk about it. So recently, Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion put out a certain song that was very raunchy, if I would say that. And the Saints were up in arms about how raunchy it was. And I'm not saying that the song is right.
Why were they listening to it?
Good question. Yeah, good question. Drink the water.
Thank you.
What?
Thank you.
What? I'm not listening to nothing Cardi B says. Nothing.
Thank you.
Can I tithe now?
Thank you. And here's my whole thing. Why are we expecting unsaved people to act saved when the saved folks struggle to act saved? I mean,
So
I admire Cardi B's consistency.
she's her.
Yeah, I admire her consistency. It's horrible, but I admire it.
Because you know what you're getting. There's no, she's gonna be who she is.
Yeah.
But the Saints was putting out a whole social media posts about how bad it is and so and so. I mean, look, now granted, back in the 70s and the 80s, they used a little more imagery when they were talking about sexual stuff. But there was one song they dug up in the 30s that was very explicit. Back in the 90s, even they had a couple songs that we listened to in high school were a little more raunchy than. I didn't hear this song, but yeah, I mean, it was straight ratchet.
So they had this stuff had stuff that like the Ohio Players had the naked woman on the album cover with honey being poured on it. They had something more raunchy than that.
It was
that's my era. It was on the album cover.
Yeah, it was a little bit worse than that, Bishop.
Okay,
yeah, just a little
like the content, the lyrical content.
The lyrical content.
Yeah.
You mean like Marvin Gaye singing "Sexual Healing"?
No. Worse. Here you go. Bishop is like this. Imagine Rudy Ray Moore Dolomite putting one of his poems to an album. It was raunchy like that and a little deep.
That was my next choice, Rudy Ray Moore and Miles Mabley. Couldn't get no worse than them.
They lyrically, it was a step further because they were a little more poetic. But this, I heard like they played a little piece, and I was like, "Whoa,
yeah!"
Whoa.
The first line is like, "Oh, okay, turn it off."
They got the Saints listening though, huh? Come on.
I mean, but Bishop, you just dropped the mic from the beginning. Why y'all listening to it? And then
it's so true.
What's the
talk about?
I didn't hear about all the controversy. So what are folks?
No, it's just the Saints are up in arms, and not even just the Saints, but people are up in arms about how raunchy it is, and the video was very raunchy from what I hear. But it's like, why are you expecting these people who have made their profession off of acting this way?
Yeah.
And expecting them to present morals to our kids when the Saints sometimes struggle. I'm not justifying. I'm just saying, like,
if they want a viral explosion, they get Christians to listen to it.
Honestly,
because then it's like your sibling telling you taste this and it's real nasty.
Mm-hmm.
So you taste it, then taste this. And, we'll make everybody famous, disapproving of it.
Mm-hmm.
right.
Yeah. It gets people talking about them.
Yeah.
But it's all a PR stunt because, for one, Cardi B hasn't put out stuff for months, right? So now let her make a song that's going to cause all this talk, all this in the media to get the sales and everything, because she knows that that's what sells. So whenever I hear a Cardi B put a new song out, you already know what the storyline is about to be of the song. So why even give it any energy? That's what they want. That's what her team wants you to do, because she can't rap. So let's talk about some other things.
Yeah. Well, she used to be a stripper, so that's what she talks about.
Right. So you can't expect her about to come out here and rap about the Holy Ghost. She don't even got it. So when it comes to anything Cardi B, it's just like, you already know. Like, you already know what she about to talk about. I'm not about to entertain it. Like,
it's either fighting or sexual stuff. That's what it is.
What color is her hair this week?
and people are like, well, the kids. I mean, granted, I do admit that our children are exposed to more sexual. Even you have to be careful even what you watch on TV around kids now, because before they didn't allow personal, regular ABC, NBC. Now they're letting them slip through.
Yes.
Or before you can actually watch TV with your kids, but now you can't.
Right.
Or you got to be very careful.
Kim Marriott makes a good point, and it goes along with what Kevin said. It is actually strategic in the music business to bring something out controversial, so it shoots up to the top of the charts and gets everybody talking about it.
That's my girl Kimmy.
And we make it popular with our disapproval.
Yep. Because whether you like it or not, you're still adding to it. So if you don't like it and you share it on your social media platform, you're still sharing that song where people are like, oh, let me go listen to it. Let me go watch it, because they're getting paid off the views that they have on YouTube, how many times you listen to it and stuff like that. It's all that's all PR stuff.
And she makes that stuff because she has no reputation to lose.
Boom.
Wow.
My question is, though, is there some sort of double standard going on? Because kids have heard songs, that are raunchy for decades now.
Absolutely. There is
I think now, like, the songs like Cardi B songs, like, it's just blatantly out there. Like, back in the day, like, they would use other terminologies and similes where you're like, oh, you didn't, unless you really,
like, Lil Kim back in the day.
Exactly.
Lil Kim was out there. She was
out there. Oh, I'm sorry. Just go ahead.
But mainstream music, like somebody posted like a couple years ago, they didn't realize that Smokey's cruising song, I love it when we're. She's like, I never knew idea that song was about sex. It's like what song was you listening to? But even though
I listened to
oh, you thought he was talking about driving in the car?
But I guess they're just being more vocal now, because now, like, even if you don't have a label or someone, you have social media platforms to broadcast your music and stuff like that. So you don't have any restrictions. So I think now the music is more direct, if that makes sense. If you guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then the other argument that I heard was, when are we treating males the same way? Like, is it, since it's a female song, why, are the males getting the same attention when they come out with a song that's similar? And I'm like, yeah.
What's the answer to that?
The question is no.
Okay, because I'm out of my genre. I
mean, the question is no, because most guys.
I have to protect my anointing. You know what I mean?
The anointing. We got you, Bishop.
Right. We got you.
We got you, Bishop. Just tag us in.
You guys got to tell me what's going on.
I think the guys. I think the difference between the men and the women is, of course, the men aren't sexually. It was the video with the song that really got it going.
Yeah,
because the video was very raunchy with the words.
But don't you?
But there is a double standard, though.
Do you think that that measure of excessiveness is necessary, or do the women feel like it's necessary to have that measure of excessiveness to compete with the males?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it does get you attention and money.
Yeah, and for them, it's all about, you know, I'm embracing my sexuality, that kind of thing. You know, I'm taking the storyline, letting the guy dictate what I say.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
That's true.
But the whole thing about sex selling is not a new thing. It's been around for ages, so it's just
forever.
Yeah.
It's sold in the Bible.
Yeah, and some gospel artists. It did.
I know.
And think about it. There was a time a couple years ago when a couple of gospel artists were wearing some very form-fitting and very open clothing.
They still wear them.
They're still wearing them. And that whole saved and sexy thing was supposed to be, I could be saved and sexy and still kind of look sexy in my clothes and stuff. And it got people talking.
I think a saved woman can look sexy. I'm just, you know, buy your size.
That's for guys too.
You know,
Buy your size.
buy your size. You know?
Kevin.
It's cool.
When you're supposed to be in Gap and you shopping out at Gap Kids. Buy your size.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, man. Some of these guys look like they're wearing their little brother's clothing.
Yes.
See, this is why you're my bishop. See, this
Right.
is why.
Right. But Bishop, you do the music industry more than us, but
Okay.
I don't understand the whole. If gospel music, I get, we're supposed to glorify God in what we do in gospel.
Right.
Why? Even preaching nowadays, it feels like you have to be a part-time model / part-time preacher.
Mm-hmm.
Music, you want to be known as saved and musical and sexy, but where's God in any of all this stuff? Maybe I'm seeing it wrong. I'm just
I don't think that's the priority.
okay.
You know, I remember when we were doing Automatic Praise.
Yeah.
And we were in the studio at the same time with Kanye. What's the guy that got in all the trouble with the girls in his house?
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly. We were all at Hinge at the same time. So I'm seeing these people in the hallways, in the lunchrooms, and all that kind of stuff. And it really is, and I'm not a spooky Christian, but people feel different.
Mm.
And they were going for the feel that they were projecting. It was very obvious that there was not any righteousness worried about at that point. But they were appealing to their marketplace.
Yeah.
So, you know, some of the singers were getting upset because of some of the stuff that Kelly and them were singing, but I wasn't. That's what they're there for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that they weren't in our studio, but I could hear them. You know, and it's just whatever your focus is, that's what you're going to try to appeal to, I think.
That's true. That's true. And Christian, you know, to think about it, Christian's major and minor. We argue whether Harry Potter is demonic, the sexuality of SpongeBob was a sponge. It's like we get mad at everything, you know?
Everything.
So why are people so surprised when I tell them I read every Harry Potter book twice?
Yeah, because
they think it's demonic.
Yeah, preachers were preaching about it. Remember, this is a demon. You shouldn't read that.
Story.
I know. It's my life. You know that, right?
It's a story.
Oh.
My mom took my books, and then you said you read it, and now she gave them back to me.
I think sometimes people just think into stuff too deep, just to try to have a conversation when there's no conversation that needs to be had.
Yeah.
It's a book.
Yeah. It's a book.
Great
right.
one. That.
It's fiction.
Right. Because never mind, you know, there was a scripture where Saul went to the medium to call Samuel up. I mean, it's in the Bible how they even use those psychics and stuff like that. Like, come on, y'all.
Y'all better come on with these Bible scriptures.
So anyway, let's get to some topics. So let's talk about
that wasn't the topic. Okay, go ahead.
No, we have topic ADD on here. But so the millennial group, the 20s, the middle to late 20s, early to almost late 30s. Bishop, if somebody in their early 20s came to you and said, look, the next 10 years are important for my life, my 20s to 30s. What do I need to do personally and career-wise in this 20 to 30 range to set me up for the rest of my life? What kind of guidance would you give that millennial, that Gen Z person kind of coming out of college to set the foundation for their adulthood, put it that way?
I think I would ask them maybe 2 or 3 real key questions.
Okay.
I would have a life structure conversation with them.
Okay.
Is your life structured? I would have a passion conversation with them, because your passion can give you some hints as to your purpose. And then I would ask them what they had done up to that point to support what they said they wanted to do. And once they answered that question, I ask them how were they going to pursue their career and their dream at the same time, because they're often not in the same place.
Right. That's a lot to unpack right there.
Yeah, but the structure is the number one thing. Without the structure, you can't make it.
Okay. Now thinking back to you, I know you're a different type of 20. So a lot of 20-year-olds want to let me enjoy my 20s and I get serious later.
Okay.
Because I want to live and enjoy my life. How do you help somebody who has that mindset with structure? Because they seem to struggle with it. Put it that way.
Because my life was structured, I was able to do both.
I love you. That's why you're you.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you didn't lie. I am so glad you did not lie.
I will not lie to you.
Oh God!
I did both.
So you structured your job, your
yes,
college,
yes,
and your city.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I wasn't saved, so I didn't have God in there until I was 26.
Okay.
So but I lived a structured life. Everything was in its place.
Yeah. So you did well at school. You worked hard at your job, and you worked hard on set. Okay.
There you go. Yeah, I was good at it. I had to be good at it because my mom was like,
that's true.
Death.
That's true. You couldn't come home talking about you failed that semester of school.
Oh no.
You couldn't
You
do that. You couldn't.
No. She looked mild-mannered, but she wasn't.
That's true. So to help somebody out now that is saved and can't structure their sin.
Here's what I honestly can say.
Sure.
About that period of my life.
Yeah.
When I look back on it, I gained absolutely nothing in my sin life at that point. Everything was like it was like I had a hole in me that I was trying to fill.
Wow.
And the things I was trying to fill it with only could fill it for a moment. So it was back to the same clubs, back to the same people, back to the same activities. So I don't look back on that and see that as productive at all.
Okay.
Because it didn't add anything to my life.
Right.
And amazingly, there may be 2 people from that era in my life that are in my life now. All the other ones are gone.
Wow.
Couldn't make the journey with me.
Yeah.
Wow.
I knew it was an exercise in futility when I stayed out of the club for about 2 months, and I went back to the library on City Line Avenue when it was hot back in the day, and everybody was sitting in the same place having the same conversations.
Wow.
Jeez. Wow.
And I walked in, looked around for something different, and nothing had changed. It was like a soap opera.
Okay.
Wow.
Jeez. So
slow motion.
Yeah. So the closer you got saved at 26. Did you kind of reach that point where you were just tired of that life and wanted something different? How did that How did God start drawing you in, if I can say it like that?
Well, the setup was when I stayed away and went back.
Okay.
And when I went back, that was the night I went across the street to the Marriott for breakfast. And normally I didn't leave the club by myself. So the whole point was you go for the breakfast at the Marriott and you meet somebody in the club and you go over there for breakfast. And then, you see what happens. So that night I left the club by myself, was sitting by myself, and everyone that came by the booth, I kind of just waved them off. I went home, and that was the morning I called my mom and asked her, was she going to church?
Wow.
Because I saw the futility of it. I'm glad I saw it at 20, 25, 26.
Yeah.
Because I know people that never found it.
So true.
So they ran that, because that life is addictive.
Yeah.
And non-productive, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, I have friends that never stopped. I mean, never stopped until it just debilitated them. So I think that you come to a defining moment where you decide whether it's just what you want for the next 50 years or not. And I think that's what drives your decision and drives your commitment to something new.
Okay. That's good. So
that's so good.
Yeah. Any y'all got some questions down there? y'all just sit there like,
you mean the ones in the comments or us?
y'all talking about y'all, the comments and y'all, but
I'm taking it all in. But no, but that is so, what you say, Bishop, is so true, because like I always say, like when I started my journey in college, like it was a whole group of us that went to community college. So like, we were all like, oh yeah, and then semester after semester, you saw people, the numbers decreasing. And then you start to see who was serious enough to go to the next journey with you. Because, community college, that was just your associate's degree. All right, now we're going to go get our back, so you start to see, and then it's not that you guys aren't friends or anymore. It's just like people, they just cannot go to that next step with you. And that's something that I had to learn, because, people, those people that fell off and stuff, they're like, they started still going to the same parties and stuff like that. And it started to look like, oh, Kevin's too good for this, or Kevin's not too good for it. Kevin's just in a different lane now, So what you said, like, that's so true, because to this day, people that I graduate with, and this year will be my 10 years out of high school, they're still doing the same things that we were doing senior year. So
I think the only reason I was curious about that life is because I came out of a secure house.
Yeah.
My house was structured, and I really believe security breeds curiosity.
Yeah, that's so true.
So just I'm thinking about some of the people that I knew. I'm thinking about some of the dangerous situations that I was in. I'm thinking about, if I had not had the sense to change my direction and let the people fall off as they would, I would have carried a bunch of distractions with me.
Yeah.
And it would have slowed down my progress. So, I had that epiphany at 26.
Yeah.
That's
good.
But don't get it twisted. I had lived a very full life.
Yeah.
There was, how can I say this? There's ladies present. There was no sin that owed me anything.
You're so professional, Bishop.
Right,
professional. Right. I want to speak like you when I I wish. God curved my tongue like my bishop.
But I think every 20-something goes through that. Even myself, I grew up in church. So I had my church. I've been in church all my life. However, preaching.
Tell me about it.
I know. I'm going there. Started preaching at 16, but at around 18, 19. No, got in college. 18, 19 years old. I understood the Michael Jackson syndrome, which was I didn't do a whole lot in my childhood because I was in church so much. So by the time I hit my early 20s, that whole security breeding curiosity thing was like, yo, I missed out on so much. Now I didn't wild out. I kind of went almost to the edge, and Bishop had to snatch me back a few times from the edge. It wasn't like crazy, but just some dumb early 20-year-old mistakes that I could have avoided. But even those of us that grew up in church, it's not like sometimes we act like we're bougie when some folk were sinning outside of church when we were sinning
in church.
That's
the worst kind.
And if we're real, a lot of people that grew up, kids that grew up in church, were sinning
in church.
In church, yeah.
I'm not sure if that's the worst kind or not.
Okay.
I think that those that abandon the Lord during their times of discovery, that's the worst time. The best of it is when you have sense enough to know I need to stay close to the Lord, even though I'm not serving him like I should.
Right.
David's thing was he ran to God. That's why he's a man after God's own heart. He ran to God when he messed up. He didn't run away.
Right.
Here.
Yep. So and that gives you a chance. Forgiveness is not about another chance to mess up. Forgiveness is about a chance to change.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
So God gives us that, and it, I know for me it worked. It worked. When I first got saved, I was about 92% saved. I reserved a few things for and the I'm human excuse. Okay? I'm human excuse. I reserved a couple of things for that, but you find out that especially looking back, we wasted a lot of time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Woo.
But Pastor Nick had it different, I think, because there were some things that people would have expected that he would have been excluded from. That I urged him to go do.
Yeah.
Do your proms, do your dances, do all that stuff. Because I didn't want him to get to be 35 and start, I'm going to hang out this weekend.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't want that to happen.
But you're right. That's true. Because I remember asking, like, is it okay to go to my prom? Because some of the saved kids in my class were wondering, could they go to the prom or not?
Wow.
And they crazy right now.
They are absolutely
crazy right now.
And what it did was they started sneaking. Because they were in holiness churches, so they were sneaking.
Yeah.
Rather than
So what was against prom back then?
Well,
what was it?
When I come from what I call hard Pentecost.
Okay.
All right. I was in my late 20s, early 30s when I became a Pentecostal, and there was so many restrictions. I wondered how people could manage it. Because you couldn't watch TV, you couldn't wear red. The guys sat on one side of church, the women sat on the other. I mean, it was what I call hard Pentecostal. But I was 26, 29, 30 when I got saved. So those requirements didn't bug me. But I could think of if I was 16 and I'm told, the only place you can go out to have fun is the bowling alley, I'm gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
And I didn't want that to happen to Pastor Dave.
Yeah, that's true. And Ava's in the comments talking about she feels the same way too. Like that Michael Jackson syndrome is like, again, when he got older, because he never experienced a childhood, he out here buying roller coasters and doing all that stuff, trying to relive his childhood. And thank God, like Bishop said, I stayed close to the church, to God. That kept me more than anything, and just the fear of messing up. But a lot of kids that grew up in church feel that way. They reach a certain age where they just want to kind of just go have fun, and not realizing I wish I can. If people lie and say I wouldn't change a thing, if I can go back and change some stuff, I would go back to certain age groups, age times, and change some things. I really would.
Absolutely,
I agree.
And when people say I wouldn't change a thing, I'm like, y'all lying.
They lying, or either they stupid.
It might be that.
You can't tell me you want to go through the same hell that you went through again.
Yeah,
that makes no sense.
Yeah. Unnecessarily.
That's a pride-driven statement.
Yeah, that is.
So we have a question in the comments from Deborah. What is it about the young generation that they can see the danger of things and still want to do it?
I think it's that curiosity, especially those that are raised in the church and everything. It's that curiosity because you see everyone else doing it, so it's like, oh my gosh, like I want to be in on that fun, or like I want to do this, or I want to wear this outfit, or say this or sing this song. So I, like Bishop said, I think it's that curiosity that really drives you, like, because it's like when you go, to like a candy store, the most expensive thing you cannot get, your mom told you not to get. Everything you can get anything else, but that one expensive thing, you want that thing, So I think it's that curiosity of not having it or experiencing it.
Mm-hmm. FOMO.
I was about to say that same thing.
I think danger has always been enticing. I don't think it's just this young generation, like just attracted to dangerous things. Like that's how it is. I think about like even Grease. Think of the movie Grease. Like, just attracted to this dangerous guy, even knowing what he does and hang out.
You've never seen Grease?
You've never seen Grease?
Oh my gosh!
I'm not into musicals.
Okay.
Okay.
Fired.
Oh,
Pastor Nick.
I saw what's the John Travolta movie with the white suit? I did see that.
Saturday Night Fever.
Saturday Night Fever. Actually, the greatest movie soundtrack of all time. The Bee Gees killed that album. But anyway, that's besides the point. That album was great. Anyway, that's besides the point.
But you got some homework to do. You need to watch Grease.
But Grease, I'm willfully ignorant on that. I didn't go see it, and it was out.
See?
Yeah, I'm willfully.
So good.
I was willfully ignorant.
It was good.
Thank you. But Jody, you're right. Bishop and I can attest to this. When we counsel people in their 40s and up, sometimes it feels like you're counseling a 16-year-old. Like, what made you think that was okay? Mm-hmm. And I'm sure he could. I mean, I'm that's just my personal experience. I feel like I'm talking to a teenager sometimes.
But to answer Deborah's question even further, I'm not sure that things like care and love and consideration and compassion are nothing more than concepts. Because each of those carries responsibility with them. Mm-hmm. So it's not so much, some stuff I didn't do because, even unsaved, some stuff I didn't do because I didn't want to shame my family.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I didn't want the disapproval of my mother. Mm-hmm. And I risked disapproval of my peers because I cherished the approval of my mother. Mm-hmm. So it was not that I didn't want to do some stuff. I'm thinking, if Wilma finds this out, I won't graduate. Because she was lethal.
Yep. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think we're dealing with people that don't think about the results of their actions.
Yeah. It's
like with this COVID thing. You can't take chances because you can't take this stuff home to your family.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And like I've been saying, the virus can't count. So your group is only 10 people. You act like the virus can count. Like it's sitting there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I can't infect anybody in this group. There's not enough of them.
Right.
Go down the block where there's 25. Come on.
Yeah.
That's so true.
And people, the root of sin is selfishness. Mm-hmm. And it's selfishness all day long. We'll get people. So, but I get it. I get it. So we're actually running out of time a little bit. So, geez, almost 8 o'clock. So what is that noise back there behind the scenes? Okay.
It's the baby.
It's a baby. No, tell the baby said hi.
You want to say hi? Say hi.
Hey, mommy.
Elena.
Hey, mommy.
He's so cute.
Oh, that's my baby.
Yeah. Look, Kev. Bishop and I both taking care of kids. We bro.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad she doesn't look like Kevin.
That's my little twin right there.
She's so cute.
Yeah. All right. It's almost 8 o'clock. So 30s.
Yeah.
People start feeling a little more mature. I remember when I turned 30, the day I woke up, I am not gonna lie, I didn't say praise the Lord. I said, oh, something.
Yeah.
And I said, I'll be 40 in 10 years. I need to get it together.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that sounded, I told people that, they're like, are you serious? You executive pastor doing this stuff? And you married? I'm like, nah, man, I need to be at a certain place by the time I'm 40.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I failed. You know, that 30, and a lot of people say they feel at that 30, something clicks where it's like, yo, I need to kind of get it together more. So when you reach 30 and you start passing at 38, what strides did you take to continue to mature your life to help somebody in that? I think most of us are in our 30s except Kevin Johnson and Antoine, right? Yeah, Jody's our senior statesman of the millennial group. And
you gotta say it like that for?
Really, Jody?
She's our church mother.
I'm 31.
31?
Bishop, she feels like she's ancient. That's why I say this.
Listen, Jody, those two guys were born yesterday. You were born day before yesterday.
We love
Jody. Hey,
Thank you. She acts like she's ancient of days or something.
Oh, no. We love Jody. She keeps us. She's our foundation for the group.
Okay.
You basically saying you're the oldest one to keep us in line. But yeah, a lot of people feel like 30 is
getting the low.
Yeah.
When I hit my 30s, I entered my 30s with a sense of urgency.
Okay.
Because I felt as though the quote unquote fun I had in my 20s, I lost like 6 years when I could have been productive.
Yeah.
You know, so I got real in a hurry trying to catch up. Because I had one or two peers who had been extremely serious in school and came out and got some serious employment and started businesses. And I was still busy having fun. You know, and I realized if God hadn't saved me, I might have been a victim to more years of fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true.
But I got in a hurry when I hit my 30s. I got in a real hurry.
Yeah. I remember somebody said to me years ago, the older you get, the faster time goes. They are not lying.
And I discovered purpose in my 30s.
Okay.
You know, right at 30, it was like a bridge I crossed.
Okay.
You know, God called me and everything shifted for me. But I wasted at least 6 years.
Okay. Wow. Maya, you just turned 30. You hear that? Find your purpose.
Yeah, I know. I'm taking notes.
It comes at you fast. Sorry, Mama. Sorry, Mama McIntosh. I'm gonna get her later. I love you. I'm gonna get her later. But those of you that are not in your 30s, seriously, you know, it does change something in you, especially if you get a family and if you happen to have kids in your 30s. It really makes you grow up faster if you allow it to. So, all right. Any other questions for Bishop before we start having some fun? Because it's almost 8 o'clock.
Oh no, Bishop just dropped a lot of gems tonight. He just
a whole lot of gems.
He has us speechless, and usually on Fr3sh Friday we're not speechless.
Right. But we do. But we get an assignment. So all of us here, we usually give an assignment sometimes. Let's really write down what we need to accomplish. Those of us, you know, in the next couple of years, especially those under 40. What do you want to accomplish by the time you're 40? What do you have to do to get there? I'll be 40 in less than 2 years. So yeah,
38.
I'm 38. I'll be 39 in November.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I always remember my age because I remember we're 30 years apart.
Okay.
If I forget mine, I think of yours. If I think like he's the same.
Oh, so Pastor Nick, you knocking at the door of 40.
Dog. I want to be in the house by a certain time. I know it's bad.
Oh, we already know because when we film stuff for social media, he be like, "All right, y'all, it's 6:30. I'm done.
Got to go.
I gotta go."
Yo, these kids change you, man. Even before when the pandemic, it's like 9 o'clock. You want to go out to get some dinner or something like that. Unless it's somebody I really want to spend time with, like if Bishop or somebody asks me, I'm going home. I'm tired. I'm working all day long. Do I really want to go out and hang out and waste my time there?
Wow.
On a non-productive conversation.
The staff at the church says that my grandkids softened me up.
They have.
Come on, man.
They have. Y'all don't understand. Old church, the snow could be up to your knees. He'd be like, we need people to shovel. We have in church.
Come and get this word. Come and get this word.
Right. He done got grandkids, got a little older. He's like, oh, let's cancel. You know, it's kind of snowy out. You know? All right. Let's have some fun. Maya, put the pancake thing up so we can talk about you for a little while.
Oh boy.
Don't gotta be about me. All right, here it is.
We're gonna get you out of the way because you're weird when it comes to food. All right. So if somebody put some pancakes in front of you, are you to cut it in half and eat it? You cut them in triangles and pour the syrup on there. You cut them in squares, do all the work, then syrup, or just cut as you go as you eat your pancakes. So Maya, since you're the strangest ones with food, let's get you out the way so we can talk about you and have some fun and laugh. So you know you're my sister. I love you, but
Sure, that's what they all say. I'd say number 2. I cut them in triangles.
So you do all that work of cutting, then eat.
That says a lot.
Yes.
I'm good.
I'll cut and eat as I go along into the triangles.
Thank you. Thank you. So you do all that and then eat. Put it back up just for some people might have missed it. So great. So Maya, you're number 2.
Yes.
Even when like you're really hungry?
Yeah.
Oh, she's too delicate. You know that.
But you gotta remember, she don't like her food touching. So you know she's weird about that. So everything has to be like symmetrical on her plate.
Right.
But it's all right for the pancakes to touch each other?
Well, they're the same thing.
Okay. Do you pour your syrup or do you dip it on the side?
I pour on the piece that I'm eating.
Oh my God! Are you serious?
I do it.
Are you serious?
I do it.
Are you serious? Wait a minute. So you don't want?
I don't like them to be too like soppy. So like.
I knew it.
Oh Maya.
Can I take this down now?
No, keep it up just for a minute. Just because people. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. So you only pour. So you pour, eat,
I'll eat. Yeah.
Wow, that's too much work, man.
Right.
I'm particular.
You ever see those old-fashioned baby plates where they used to pour the bottom and they had those compartments?
Yes, I've heard of those.
Yep. You don't like juice running over into the other food?
Mm-mm.
So
no.
Oh.
I am not the only one that's like this. Come on now.
So Maya, it takes you about like 45 minutes to eat your pancakes.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, it doesn't take that long.
They're ice cold by the time.
10 minutes or 2.
Thank you.
They're ice cold by the time she finishes.
Oh Maya, you always amaze me every time we get on here. I love it.
You can remake a stick of butter by the time.
So Jody, where's your notepad? Because we got to add. You know, each week we add some
Kevin.
more Maya stuff. So we had that.
Maya, you at least like butter on your pancakes, right?
Yes, I do like butter.
Okay, I was about to say. I'm like, okay. Jesus.
So if
I'm not that bad.
So if her Boaz, who is older than her, not a month younger than her, takes her out on a breakfast date.
5 weeks.
5 weeks.
Thank you, Bishop. Has to make sure that her pancakes are in triangles.
Yes. And the hot dog must be charred.
Yes.
Yes.
Charred.
Yes.
Yes.
On the kitty plate.
On the kitty plate. Yes.
Got to keep everything separate.
Everything separate.
Maya, we're gonna get you down. You're gonna be on the Bachelorette. I'm telling you.
Oh, God.
You are.
No, I ain't right.
You are a strange child.
So
Well, at least
she'll think God sent the guy if he cuts her pancakes in triangles.
She's gonna catch the Holy Ghost.
Right, right.
Bishop over there carrying weapons of mass destruction.
Right. This is hilarious.
Anointed. That's right, Bishop.
So
Understood me.
stop confirming her craziness. So you don't like when the syrup is left over and you sop it up with a biscuit?
No.
You don't sop the syrup with a biscuit?
She doesn't.
No.
We're so straight.
No, she wouldn't do
Throw it out.
Maya.
No.
Oh, Jesus.
You gotta get the biscuit, sop it up, and just
Especially that Aunt Mama syrup.
Yeah. Mama. Mrs. Butterworth is better.
Butterworth.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Go ahead, Kevin.
I'll go. I'm number 3. I have to do it in squares. I'm not triangles. Half and half. I'm not. No.
It's more technical than hers, though.
Man, that's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work.
No, it's not.
1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. You don't have to put them in small squares. That's the thing. It depends on what type size squares.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. You put the butter on the solid pancake, cut it, and then you put the syrup on it.
Talk about it, Bishop. Talk about it. It's that easy.
By the time you get to the last half, the syrup has been saturated and it's
Already there. It's already anointed.
So Bishop, you're at number 3 also?
I'm number 3 if you're cutting squares.
Cutting squares?
Not quite as minute as those squares, but
Right. Get a little bigger squares.
you need a glass of orange juice cutting that much pancake. Shoot.
All right, so Jody.
So I'm a cut as I go, but I cut in triangles as I go.
I knew it.
See? Thanks, Jody.
But you put syrup on the whole pancake, though, right, Joe?
If I'm using syrup, yeah, but I prefer jam.
You and
That's good though.
Like butter and jam.
You and Chandler.
Yeah.
Oh,
Chandler's my boo.
He likes grape jelly on his pancakes.
Yeah.
oh.
Sounds like such a kid's meal. You are, yeah. Not even like flavored syrup. Like, they got different flavored syrups. You just prefer, you prefer the jam. Okay.
She likes jam. What kind of jam do you like? And notice she said jam, not jelly. What kind of jam do you like?
Yeah. Like a strawberry preserve.
Strawberry preserve? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She look all happy. She's like a strawberry preserve.
Yeah. I'm about to go make something.
Right. Like, ooh,
Your mind is sitting there thinking like,
I may be late to driving service tomorrow because I want to make some pancakes for breakfast.
Just wake up early.
Right.
So Antoine, I'm gonna say I'll go after. Go ahead, Antoine.
Oh, you want to see English for last? Okay.
Yeah, I want all the shade to flow through. Go ahead.
I'm number 4. Oh, yeah, I think. Cut and eat, man.
Yeah.
That plate looks like a train wreck.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not that carne.
It looks like, my grandma hated that kind of stuff.
I can't stand when people make their food look like it's nasty.
Yeah,
like it's
my
all
grandma, she said, "Boy, that looks like the dog's plate."
right. Oh no,
Antoine, I gotta.
She'd kill us for that, man.
Antoine, I gotta agree with you. I'm number 4 too. What I do is,
but it tastes better when it's Antoine.
I put the butter, especially if it's stacked up, I put the butter on the top, in the middle, in the bottom, pour syrup on all of it, and then just cut as I go and eat. And just it's savage, I know, but it's so good though.
No, but the way Antoine likes to eat it, the pancakes are really good.
It's just
I just don't like looking at all that disorganization while I'm consuming.
right.
Really, but it's
all about presentation.
It's all about presentation. But when you eat it, it tastes good. You just kind of
plate presentation is important.
So important.
But you can't rely on me because if I have a pie to myself or a cake to myself, I don't cut slices. I just get a fork and just kind of
pass the net.
But if it's mine though, if nobody else is eating it, and I'll just save the rest for later, and then I'll just go in there and get a spoon and just cut what I want and eat and cut and eat. It looks a mess, but it's mine though.
You don't bake till you pass the neck. No. Okay, if you baked, you wouldn't cut it like that.
Yeah, I forgot. I know people are sensitive about how they cut their cakes and stuff.
Oh yeah, if you baked, you wouldn't do that.
Yeah, because if Tiff made some brownies this week, and I just kind of took a spoon and just cut some and just ate as I went. And I'm a savage. I know. I was wrong. All right, Kevin English, what's up, man? Make us proud. Make us proud.
Listen, wow, it's real intense right now. I'm going number 3. I'm a number 3.
No, y'all agree for the first time.
It's because he's on the Bishop right now. That's the only reason.
That works.
You can join our side, Bishop. I think we can let him over on the side now.
Kevin gives me hope.
I was hoping for some shade in here somewhere.
Nah, I thought Kevin was going to pick something else. Like Kevin don't like a number 4, but yeah.
What?
But I can't. Did we talk about how you like your steaks? Did we talk about that already?
Who?
We talked about steak.
English. How you eat your steak?
Medium rare. Yeah.
Medium? Oh, yeah. That's good.
You have to think about it.
That's appropriate.
Because I have to,
Yeah.
Medium rare is right.
Yep.
Bishop, the rest of them like they stuff well done because they're savages.
No.
I don't eat steak.
I don't play. I know Maya does. You don't like blood in your steak, right?
Actually, I do. Yeah.
You do?
When I eat steak, but I don't really like
You
steak.
like a burnt hot dog. And
It don't have to make sense, Bishop.
I'm glad you think that because it does. Wow.
You are a strange being, Maya. I would have thought you wouldn't like all the red in the steak.
No, it tastes good.
Good, man.
It really is good. If you need A1 sauce for your steak, you don't need to eat a steak.
Nope.
I don't think so.
Oh no.
Because them steak well done is like chewing on rubber, man.
It's a waste of money.
Yeah.
Listen, I used to be a savage. I used to, do the well done. Then I got food.
Kevin, you were doing good. Don't
Don't mess it up.
don't mess it up. You're doing good. Don't mess it up now, sir.
Oh man, this is a good Fresh Friday. Bishop, thank you.
Yes, Bishop. Thank you, Bishop.
Yeah.
Woo!
Thank everybody for coming on with us, man. A lot of people showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't forget driving service tomorrow at noon. Sunday 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and at 6 o'clock, 10 times better series for men. Andre Mumford, wait a minute.
What?
Spewing blasphemy about Andre Mumford. This is Andre that works with the men's ministry. You need deliverance, Andre.
Listen.
Well done steaks is like, again, it's like rubber. It's all chewy and tough. It's like,
Pastor Nick, I just love how you was trying to give us the the announcements, and you just went right in like, oh
Right.
no.
Further in.
we do this every week. Y'all be either one of y'all see something in the comments and stop somebody.
Yeah.
So it happens all the time. 6 o'clock tomorrow and 6 o'clock Sunday, 10 times better.
Oh, shout out.
I know.
Y'all like this all the time?
Yes. Yes. Literally. Yeah.
I'm putting all of you on my prayer list.
Please do. Great. Bishop, it takes us almost 10 minutes to get off sometimes because something keeps coming.
Yeah.
That's a good conversation.
Yeah, something keeps coming up.
Good conversation.
People love it.
They do. I almost did a coffee thing. So I know Bishop likes his coffee black.
Absolutely.
I don't drink coffee.
Mm-mm. No coffee.
I like this smell.
Straight black.
Depending on the type, no sugar or either like half a teaspoon of sugar.
Kevin English, why you looking like that? You okay?
Yeah.
You was looking like
I'm not there yet. So, hold on, baby. I'm not there yet. So like I only put like a little bit of creamer in mine. Just so I can keep the flavor of the coffee.
Yeah. My Aunt Rhett says you're messing up the coffee when you put cream in.
Mm. Yeah, I just like to smell coffee. I don't drink coffee.
No?
No.
You will.
I didn't get that to that age yet, right, Bishop?
Yeah, you will. You watch. You start getting real tired, gotta perform. Yeah, coffee will become your friend.
yes, sir. I was about to get iced coffee before we came here. I was on the way too.
I know you're right.
Ava wants to know what about hot chocolate?
Oh, hot chocolate's good.
Yeah, hot chocolate's real good.
Not the powder kind, though.
You're right. Not the powder kind. Yeah.
Not the powder.
It's hard to make that. It's hard to make.
Mhm.
Yes.
It is.
need 2 packs, and then you can't. Yeah.
Now, Shonda Brown, I love you. My wife is the same way. Y'all, why don't y'all just drink the cream? Y'all don't need coffee. If you get a coffee and put 8 things of cream in there, you don't need the coffee.
You don't need the coffee. That's not coffee anymore.
They put 6 creams in there and 8 sugars. You just
That's Antichrist.
It's demonic. Just drink the cream.
That is funny.
I like coffee with a little bit of cream, no sugar, and I'm good. Just a little bit. But that French press coffee, I will drink that black all day long.
Jody, have you had that?
No, I haven't had French press.
Girl.
Now, how many cups of coffee can you drink a day?
I don't do more than 1 or 2. And I don't drink it every day.
Okay.
But I drink in excess when I'm drinking French press.
Yeah, that is true. we get like 1 of each, 1 for each person.
It's wonderful.
It come out like this and just.
Where do you get it from?
Used to be the Four Seasons in Philly. Now it's Morton's.
Yeah.
Union League in Philadelphia. You know what would be good, Pastor Nick?
What's that good?
Whenever we get back to going places, we should go take this group to the Union League.
I'm here for a trip.
Yeah, if it involves
a fresh trip,
count me in.
Downtown Philly, y'all. Yeah,
count me in.
Book it. We are going. We are going. Y'all are gonna love it. Trust me.
That's because he's been there.
That's because the other place I used to go to, y'all took the chefs away, so now I can't go there no more. So now they're gonna go on invite only. I used to be able to drive over the bridge, go there and get what I want. Now they ain't there no more because y'all done stole it. Yes, that Four Seasons. I used to go over there sometime.
We stole a whole kitchen.
Oh,
the #1 chef works in the club.
Oh,
it's a wonderful thing.
I was so mad. I was like, because I used to go over there get that French press coffee and all that. Now they done closed. And praise the Lord.
Whole kitchen. It's wonderful.
Now I'm excited.
Yo, you're gonna love it.
You're gonna love it.
You gonna dress up.
We'll get to get dressed up and everything.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put on a suit. All right.
You know, I love the time to get dressed up now.
And
you doing the fresh panel.
Can somebody pray that this pandemic ends soon so we can go eat?
Please. I'm tired of Miss Rona. She gotta go home.
Right.
Miss Rona. She's Miss Rona now. It was Corona in the beginning. Now it's Miss Rona. When you just tired of her now, it's Miss Rona. Get out of here.
Listen, I heard it's supposed to get worse in the fall too.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
only because we haven't done a good job.
Yeah. Especially with they say with flu season, the doctors especially they're scared because all the symptoms for corona is flu-like symptoms, so they're probably gonna be jam-packed.
Yeah.
And before we go we got On Point tomorrow at 9. I'm sure we're gonna talk about it.
Oh yeah.
Dear all millennials, y'all woke crowd is getting on my nerves during this election process. I can't.
Yeah, why didn't we talk about this?
I forgot about it. You know what we can do? Maybe we got something next Friday. Maybe let me see if we can do something, Bishop. Maybe in 2 weeks. I think next Friday we have something, Maya.
Okay.
We'll come back and do another Fresh Friday, and we're gonna talk to millennials about the whole voting process because y'all getting on my nerves about criticizing Kamala Harris. Y'all are getting on my
nerves. That's so true.
You don't have to like her.
Exactly. But just look at it. She's better than what's in office right now. So
yeah.
There's no comparison. Don't insult her
like that. Like it's crazy. Like how can y'all be like, oh, try to pull all her skeletons out or say all this, but it's just like, what are we dealing with right now? I'm with you, Pastor Nick. I'm ready for that conversation because it's wild.
Trust me, because she did the presidential thing, they've already dug up everything they can dig up on.
Right.
That's why they came out with the birther thing.
Yeah.
Right.
They don't have anything else.
Yep. That's true. So we'll talk about that. We'll get a date and we'll schedule that and talk about that because I can see it feels like 2016 all over again, somewhat.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear what the women have to say about this woman being in that position. and really a heartbeat away from being president.
Yes.
Go ahead, Jody.
Oh, you meant right now. I thought you meant.
That's what I thought too.
It could be later, but share your thoughts now. I mean,
I think it's amazing. She wasn't. Again, I don't have to like her to appreciate all that she has done and all that she can do, and what this means for America, what this means for Black people. Yeah, I love it. I'm here for it. Like,
yeah.
And I don't. I've heard a couple people say, they don't like her, and first thing I asked them, do you know her?
Right.
When you don't know her, you can't not like her. She's not running for best friend. She's running for vice president.
Yeah.
Right.
and people are like, well, she was a prosecutor. What do prosecutors do? They prosecute people.
Put people in jail.
Yeah, and then she asked the question. She said, if somebody rapes somebody, what do you want me to do? And here's the crazy thing about us. If somebody does something to your family, you want that prosecutor to prosecute the person.
Death penalty.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's that Godfather mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
That's
come on, y'all.
whew. Yeah, that's a conversation that needs to be had.
Yeah. We'll try to get something on the books and talk about millennials and voting.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
Cool. All right, if all hearts and minds are clear. See y'all later.
Thanks for having me.
See you, baby family.
Bye.
Thanks, Bishop.
Thank you.